How's it going? Uh, we're going to play some Tiger Heli. Hope everybody's having a good day. Well, good evening. We're getting ready for snowstorm over here, I guess, starting Saturday. We'll see how that goes. I was just telling somebody that they
How's it going?
listed as a six. I think it's 6 inches in excess of 6 inches, which means who the hell knows? Because we get lake effect snow, so they could be 6 inches, 7, 12, whatever. So I'm hoping it's not gonna be so bad. But anyways, we're gonna play some Tiger Heli on the 7800. Well, the 7800 plus. Um, there you go. That's the game. I haven't played 7800 for a while because I was on the Dreamcast. But I figured, we'll take a break for the Dreamcast and get some 7800 time in. Also wanted to show, I just done this. I've had this for a while. I've got a 400 MIDI, and if you can notice the stick in the back, I had an old stick laying around, USB, that's a 4 gig, which works because I guess from what I've seen that it didn't recognize anything bigger than a 4 gig. And I was like, oh shit, well, what the hell am I going to do? And then I looked around and I actually have 2 of these things. I forget, I've had them for a while, but yeah, because most of the stuff I got now is like 256 or bigger. But yeah, so we'll do, one of these days we'll start doing some Atari 400 gameplay. Plus, I think the thing plays, if I'm not mistaken, it plays 5200. It does, of course, Atari 400, 800, XT, and all that stuff. So, I don't know I don't think it does the 2600 at all. But yeah, so that gives us quite a bit of choices to do. And it probably is 5200 because I think the 5200 is based on the 8-bit chipset that created the computer. So that would make sense. And if I'm correct. But anyways, let's sit there and get this ball rolling. Let me switch from here to over here. Okie doke. Put my little head up. And I'm using a wireless 5200 controller. It's not my favorite controller, just because one is the spacing of the buttons on it. As you can see, they're a little farther apart. On some games, like especially if you got to use both of them, it makes it a little difficult. So, because you can't it's hard to reach your thumb from one over to the other. The D-pad has a joystick in it. I mean, it's not bad, but like I said, it's not my favorite. But, what are you going to do? Hey, guitar, how's it going, buddy? We're going to play some Tiger Heli. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I suck at this game. I only, the only time I really played it is after I purchased it. I hadn't played it in the arcade and that before. So, well, if I did, I don't recall playing it in an arcade. So we're gonna give it our best shot. It's a difficult game. It's not easy. Tell me how the sound is on your guys' end. Hey, Jeff. I think that sounds a little bit loud, so. Loud? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Oh, hey, Lone. Hey, Junebug. How's that? Lone, is that better? Okay, so you did play the arcade version? That's the thing is I notice on here. Oh, I wanted to get that 10,000. The tough thing about these tanks are you don't want to approach them too much from the side because that's how they'll fire at you and they'll pretty much get you like that. I was going to use a bomb, but I forgot I shot all my bombs on the other. Oh, crap. That was dumb. Hey, PJ. How's it going? All right. Let's go again. We'll get this sooner or later. I think you see that. Yeah, my top score is 43,000. Which is cool that the cartridge actually keeps track of the score. See, that one came up behind that other one, and like I said, you don't want to come sideways at them because they'll get you every time. Well, or you do stupid crap like that, that'll get you too. Probably shouldn't have used that one, but I was desperate to get that 10,000 points. Got lucky on that. Ah, that was stupid. sucks. What's funny is we got the farthest of the game we've got, but we didn't beat our high score. Yeah, I love Desert Strike. I think was it the was it Super NES I played Desert Strike on? I think it was. Yep. Oh, pardon me. Gotta pick something up. Probably knock my camera away. I don't know where part of that went. Okay. As my vape fell down, hit the ground, and then it split in two, and then I don't know where part of it went to. Huh. Well, you know, it had to go somewhere. Damn, it's like it vanished. Yeah. If it went underneath my computer. No, I don't know where it all went to. That's weird. Well, I'm sure it's somewhere around here. All right. Can't look for that all day. All right, let's go for that. There we go. I wish I had to continue on here, which it doesn't. But then you gotta start all the way back over. Hold on, you can't what? Hear either one of us? Okay, now you can. Oh, I think I pick up the extra guy there. I hope I did. I've seen one of them before, the little helicopter just floating there. I wasn't sure what the hell it was. It is Casey's fault. Oh, jeez. That was Casey's fault right there. Oh, that was dumb. Came at it from the side. Well, went further again. That did beat my other score. Yeah, he's always up to something. It's usually them guys that act all innocent are usually the ones that are guilty. All right. Well, we're getting better. Well, I'm getting better, which is a major improvement because, like I said, I usually just kind of really suck at this game. Yeah, I like the high score music too. It's pretty cool. I gotta hand it to Atari. This was a good game to pick up the release on the 7800. I'm hoping it'll pick up some other shooters. Ah. Damn it. The cheeks start to itch. Oh no, that was horrible. Came at the side and got my ass whooped on. I realize that adds extra bullets. I'm a little slow sometimes, so it takes me a minute to grasp something. Oh, that sucked. Oh, right into it. That's horrible. Even a little further. Oh yeah, I forgot Super Breakout was a pack-in with the 5200. Yeah, my only experience with the 5200 was a buddy of mine had it. And I remember, because when I grew up, everybody, well, not everybody had an Atari, but a bunch of us had an Atari, and then everybody that didn't have a video game system went over and played the Atari. And so when the 5200 came out, one of the guys that we went to school with, because that was, God, yeah, I'd like to say that was when I was in high school, yeah, because he had we were in auto mechanics together, and he told us, hey, I got this 5200, so we went over there to play it, and man, we were like blown away because, of course it looked better than the 2600, which we were all used to. And then when you got your turn, I remember he had Pac-Man, and so I got on Pac-Man with that stupid ass 5200 controller. Man, I couldn't control that thing worth a shit with that. So I was like, we all, the rest of us left to go home. I was sitting there going, man, that system sucks. I said, that controller is about the stupidest thing I ever seen. And that was it. Well, I did go back one more time. I was playing, and he had the roller controller for it. And I think it was Centipede he had. And that was better because it wasn't using that controller. Though at that time, I must have had the ColecoVision at that time, but I would have been the only one with it. Because I think the ColecoVision was before the 52. I mean, yeah. No, well, wait a minute. Nah, I think so. I can't remember. I can't remember the exact order of things coming out, but. Yeah, that's why we were talking about the television. It's like, I have an original television. I bought a modded version off of Television Collector. And but that I never played the Intellivision at all. Never had no experiences with it or anything. The only experience, well, I had one experience was at I think it was O'Neill's or whatever where I seen it at. I played the demo, the unit they had out, and I hated it. I hated the controller, and I couldn't figure it out. I had no clue how to work it or whatever, and that was it. That was my whole television experience. That's why I don't have a Sprint, right now, because, like I said, I have the original, and I don't feel a need to, where a lot of you guys had, grew up with it in television, so you have that nostalgia for it. I didn't, so I'm not on a hot press thing to get the Sprint or any of the homebrews or whatever for it, because a lot of them games I could play elsewhere or whatever, so. I hang around the television room is because that's where I met everybody. I started with Papa Pete or whatever, you know. So, and then of course DJC and that, and that's how through Papa Pete's how I met Jeff, and started watching his show. So that's why I'm always hanging around in television channel shows. Yeah, that's right, PJ. I see you on SciShow doing ColecoVision. So yeah, I know you're a fan of it. Lone, man, if it was a ColecoVision Mini, that's the only problem you run into with ColecoVision is a lot of their titles were arcade games, and so I doubt if they had the rights beyond the console at that time. So I don't know if you'll ever see a ColecoVision Mini done or anything like that. The only thing that I always hope for is maybe Atari will buy them for certain things, and then maybe they'll that way they can get the rights to other stuff to put on the ColecoVision. If they do something like the that you just said it, the ColecoVision version of the Sprint. That if they could do that, that'd be great. Because I mean, there were ColecoVision only games, that Coleco came up with. Sorry, I'm looking around for that part of the vape because it just it's like it done a magic trick and just disappeared. Unless the cat came in and ate it, which could be a possibility. She's always hungry. Well, let's see. It just don't make any sense. How that damn thing. Huh. That's the oddest damn thing. This room's not big, so it's not like it could jump too many places, but it definitely went somewhere. But don't you hate that though when you drop something and then you can't really find it and you're like, where the hell did it go to? Yeah, that'd be great if they would do that. Because I mean, if you look at the Atari sales, the television sales, and then you look at the ColecoVision sales. The ColecoVision, in its lifetime, I think outsold what the television did. So, and not by a lot, but it did. So, I mean, if you're going to bring the television out, maybe the ColecoVision would be worth doing it. And who knows? The Sprint might have been a test of that, because it's like, the ColecoVision, there's a big ass, I think there's over 300 games for the ColecoVision that's released. Homebrews. So, their setup is not, is pretty damn good as well compared to in television. And then I don't know if you guys see Opcode Game, Pete's had him on. But he Eduardo, but he does great games for the ColecoVision. Maybe it's a cat ghost. Hey, Casey. We were just talking about you earlier. That was your fault. All right, I'm going to look one more time because, like I said, that's just pissing me off. If it was a ghost that came in here, yeah, that ghost. I don't see any sign of it. That's just crazy. Oh, wait a minute. I found it. You know what it was? It was behind the wheel of my chair. So every time I was moving the chair around to look for it, it was pushing it, and it kept it behind the wheel. Damn. As you can see, I'm anal. That shit would have just drove me crazy all night trying to figure it out. All right, let's see. Get that name in there. Yep, Jeff's always here. He's either lurking or... Hey, Jeff, I don't know if you noticed. Wait a minute. Here, I'll make this big. Hold on for a second. All right, let's do this. All right, let's deactivate that. Let's kick that up. Oh, it's over here. Can you see it? Oh. Yep, there it is. Oh, damn it. I keep making an L shape so my camera thinks it wants me to zoom out. But yeah, I got that. My Piranha camera came in. All right, let's go back. Now I can do that. Deactivate. There we go. Back again. Yeah, I put it in the switch. Now I'm just waiting on my plant to come in. Oh, that was dumb. We ain't got nowhere doing that. One of the best things I got for the television was, and this was due to Casey. Casey helped me get this thing. Was that adapter so you can hook third-party controllers. Because I got OG Hugo's Intellivision thing, so that makes it a lot better for some games for me to be able to use that D-pad. Oh. Came in the side like that and always get smacked around. All right, well, that game's a wash. But I also got OG Hugo's controller for the ColecoVision. And he also has one for the 7800 that I'm going to try because, well, I don't know if he's got, I might try his stick. He's got a stick for it, but I was bringing up the problem I have with this is the spacing of these two buttons here. They're a pain in the ass when you're trying to use certain games if you got to use both controllers because the spacing between your thumb and the buttons, it's harder to hit. I'm sure Cece would be excited about that, getting that flower. was hoping to come behind him, but because I was beside him. So I said, you don't want to be like that, too. I came at the side of him. That's a big blunder. Oh, that was just me being dumb. All right. That's the thing, too, about that flower, Jeff. That part I was telling you when I read it said that it'll sometimes speak to you in a language you didn't pick. And I was like, oh, great. That'd be interesting to see what it says. Yeah, it's great. I like it. Oh, that was horrible. I ran right into that. Oh no, that one on the bottom got me. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Now we're getting some firepower. The question is can we hold on to it for a bit? Oh, I went to go launch a bomb at it, but I guess I didn't have any left. What are they making for dinner, Casey? Did somebody say tacos? That damn DJC, he's got it so anytime I hear tacos or hot dogs, it makes me laugh. Bummer. Nah, I'm not gonna waste a bomb on it getting that 10,000 points. Ah, crap. I keep forgetting that guy. Then sometimes they'll have them tanks coming one after another, and you can't go down the bottom like that or you're going to get murdered. That was just being dumb. Man, I love Crunchwrap Supremes. I haven't had Taco Bell for over 2 years. I miss them. What a mess. It's making some boo-boos. Ah, ran right into that. That hurt. All right. I seem to be doing worse now. The pressure's getting to me. I'm having performance anxiety. Oh, my damn nose started itching. I don't think I've got any bombs left. Oh, crap. Now I do. But that don't do me any good right now. Ah, jeez, I missed that thing. I think I got it then. Need that side shooting one. That's for taken by a little helicopter. Oh, that was horrible. It's funny that I'm getting further up, but with less points now because I guess I'm not shooting everything I was doing when I was first going up there. Ah, I don't know how that happened, but I hit the bomb button by mistake. Ah, that was dumb. Let's get a free guy at 20,000. crap, I said. That was good bomb placement. Well, we got a little further up. All right, this is going to be our last go at it. It's almost 9. Probably shouldn't have said it's going to be my last go at it because it might be the worst one then. Oh, that was terrible. Got the bomb off, but got killed. That was terrible too. Yeah, we were jamming there for a minute. Well, there you go. I mean, we got, it's not too bad. I mean, I don't think. Uh, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see. Let's switch over to this. Yeah, that's way farther than I've been before. And, being that this is probably the first time I really concentrated on this game, I don't think it was too bad. Of course, I wish I could have done better, but I chalked that up to being older and reflexes slow. What are you gonna do? Age hit you. Oh, they live out in the country. Nice. I've been to California for a while. Been there, was there quite a few times. Um, I had aunt and uncle used to live there, and then when I drove truck, I used to go into Florentine all the time. And what the hell's the other one? French Camp. Went to that quite a bit because we had at that time I drove for Snyder. We had an OC out there at French Camp and one there in where the hell there by Las Vegas. Damn it, I can't think of it. So it's one of the suburbs of Los Angeles, but we had one there too. So I used to go there quite a bit, and because I'd take at that time I had a General Mills account for Snyder I used to run. So um, once in a while they usually teams ran out to California, but once in a while the girl that used to do the dispatching for the General Mills account would give me runs to go out to California because she knew I loved going out there. Um, but yeah, I ran up the West Coast, from California up to Washington, and well, I mean, crap, I've been in every state, and Canada. I've been in. Um, I haven't. Well, of course, I haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska. Alaska, I wanted to go to, but there was never any runs going up there. Or if they were, other people were getting them, and I mean, they were hard to obtain. But I always, no, in Mexico, no. I had offers to go to Mexico, but yeah, that I didn't want to go there. It's like because it would have been our OC was out of San Antonio, Texas, and so we would have went through there, and yeah, I don't think so. That's not it's not where I want to go through at. So, but got yeah, like I said, I've been pretty much everywhere. Been through every kind of weather situation. Uh, been through two tornadoes. Not driving through tornadoes, but I was in two areas that got hit by tornadoes. I was in down by where Katrina hit and uh, New Orleans. I was down delivering in New Orleans, and I had to get the hell out of there right before Katrina hit. And as I was leaving, the storm was starting up or whatever, but I didn't get hit bad with any bad stuff. But they only took me so far out, and then I had to do water. And they were setting up for water for emergency because they were already preparing, knowing it was going to be a mess. So I went up. I forget where the hell I was at up there in above Louisiana, and got loaded up with a bunch of water and sat there 4 or 5 days, about 5 days at least, sitting there waiting until we got the okay to take the water down into where they needed it at. But then I went through again after. I think it was about a year after the hurricane. That place was still a goddamn mess at that time. You went down there and there was still houses that had big red X's that they were going to get rid of, and um, the only thing that I remember being open was a Walmart and a Walgreens. It was only in this one section of town. Everything else was still they had no electricity and none of that stuff. But they had electricity running to the Walmart, electricity running to the Walgreens, and but yeah, they didn't have no all the stoplights were out, and that was down by where the Silver Dome's at, and is that the Silver Dome down there? But whatever hell their dome stadium is, but they were doing work on that because that had got damaged during that. So, but a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Anyways, everybody, I appreciate it. Like I said, we um, I I didn't know if I'd get through this. I was kind of hoping maybe I would be able to, but um, yeah, I'm sure there's quite a bit more to it than what I was playing. Being it's an arcade game, I can't imagine the length of it being super long. Um, being arcades being what they were hard games but shorter. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was a mess around there down at that time. God, man, that was bad shit going down there. That's what I said. I mean, it was a year later, and then like 10 on Interstate 10, when you were coming around this one curve, there was so much debris just pushed off the side of the road on the side there. And like I said, you can see all the houses with the red X's on in that. You know, so uh, oh yeah, no problem, Jeff. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I did. I really like this Tiger Heli game. Um, I think next what I'll do. Well, I'll be doing some more Dreamcast, and then I'll get back to the 7800 again. And I think with that, I'm going to do Countermeasure 2 and see how far we can get in that. Um, that was a game I was kind of iffy on when I first started, but I kind of got into it, and I want to see what the more to it because I know there's and I think the purpose behind it is you're supposed to go and get the fail-safe code to stop the missiles. So there, is that an end part, or do you go on? Or I would imagine you probably go on, but there is at least the achievement to get. So I like to try to get in there and try to get that because that's the first countermeasure was called fail-safe. That was the name of it. So I never knew that one either, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. And but this I can't, I don't even remember if this was if Countermeasure 2 is a homebrew that Atari picked up and then slapped their label on it or what have you, because um, that happens. The Cavern of Mars is a prime example of that. That was a APX game. I think it was Atari Program Exchange, but I used to have that on the 400 on a cassette, and that's how I first played Caverns of Mars. And so I was happy as hell when they brought that out. Um, the for the 50th anniversary collection because that was just a great game. Um, and then hell, they did a pretty good job bringing it to the 2600. I actually want to purchase that cartridge for the 2600 because that looks like it'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, so Countermeasure 2, and then more Dreamcast, and then I was saying I don't know if any of you guys were in here at that time, but I started adding games to my 400 mini. That's this stick is a 4 gig stick that I just happened to find that I had laying around because you can't use anything bigger. It won't it won't recognize it or whatever. So, and the only thing else I had in USB was 256 or bigger. So I happen to remember this was in a little case that I had, and I actually had a second 4 gig in there. And so I just started loading up games. And if you know anything about the size of the games, with 4 gigs, it's like sky's the limit on how many the things I can plop on there. But now the only thing is when I had the 400, I was mostly going for arcade games or what have you. I was getting the cartridges, and so there's a shitload of 400 games I have no clue on because they even though I was in the computers at that time, I wasn't into computer gaming as much, so I'm not familiar with a lot of the titles. I mean, of course, there's ones that I've seen or whatever, and that's what I downloaded already on this. I think I got I don't know 20 games or whatever that I tried. Of course, some of the ROMs didn't work, like one or two of them, but um, I did get Montezuma's Revenge, which I was happy about, which I never did play on the Atari 400. And I also got uh, just your regular Galaxians and stuff like that. And then what I was said too is I noticed on there uh, it plays 5200 games too, so I could put 5200 games on there. And I think that's because the architect behind 5200 was the same as the 8-bit systems, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were pretty much one and the same. So that's why it could do that. But so it could do, of course, 4800 XT and all that stuff, STs. And then, the 5200 too. So that opens up a lot where I can grab some 5200 ROMs on there. But yeah, sooner or later I'll start streaming some of that stuff on there. Um, just to have extra stuff. I mean, mix it up and have different things going on because I still have my TurboGrafx Mini. I still have the NES Mini, and I have the Super NES Mini. Now, them two, I haven't done any adding to either one of them. Them are pure what I picked them up as. And who knows? For shits and giggles, I might get out the PlayStation Mini even though it's a piece of crap. I mean, the way it was running the PAL versions of the games or whatever. But um, I did have a stick loaded with a crap load of stuff on there. But you know what? I went and got my mini out, and I can't find the USB stick. So I don't know if I have it. I mean, I could set it up again, but that when I set that up, I had it emulating a crap load of stuff on that, and it ran it good. And what I would do is you go find these guys that would have these packs where they loaded up with all their what they thought were some of the best games. So it was nice because you just do one download, load it on there, boom, it had a whole setup to it, and it had a UI and everything set up to that person, and some of them had some pretty cool UIs. So um, that that made that PlayStation Mini well worth it, because like I said, the way it came out, that's why it dropped in price. Well, hell, I think you can still buy it. You could find it cheap as shit, but um, it just it just wasn't great. And I never owned the Genesis Minis. I never bought any of the Genesis Minis, and that was just because I wasn't Sega until the Dreamcast. So um, I mean, I had played them at my buddy's house, but I never owned a Sega system myself until the Dreamcast. Um, I played a lot of the Sega CD, but that's because I rented it. No, actually, I never did. Analog, I think I came into that later. It was through MLP, Mad Little Pixel, is where I he had the analogs, and so by the time I got interested in it, uh, then they didn't have the analog NES, and Super NES wasn't available. The first analog system I bought was the Duo. Um, so and then I'll be buying the analog 3D. Don't even get me started on that. The pain in the ass I'm having with the analog 3D is using my bank. No matter what I've done, is every time a purchase tries to go through there, they'll say uh, you can't. They'll send me a email asking me if I made this purchase or whatever. And when I say yes, they okay it or whatever. But as soon as I go to do it again, they canceled again. And so it's been a big pain in the ass. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna probably have to. Well, I would do it through PayPal, but stupid analog doesn't take PayPal, so I got to figure out another way to do that. Oh, so you do? Yeah. I mean, people love the systems. They're well, I like the Dual. The Duo's made really nice. It's a nice system. Um, I was gonna wait for the M64 for my Nintendo. But Lucky's dragging his feet on that damn thing. So who the hell knows when it's coming out? I mean, it's going to be a bit till I pick the analog 3D up. So who knows? Maybe the M64 will come out by then, and I'll pick it up. But I'm on the waiting list for it, to find out. Um, and I wouldn't mind having it, and especially because they're doing the N64 controller, and and if it's pretty damn close to what the N64 controller was, shoot, I'll be a happy camper because I love the N64 controller. Now I picked up an original, and I have a 8-bit-do N64 controller, so yeah, that Superstation one is nice. And I mean, that's FPGA. So if they had, who knows what cores they're going to add to that thing. I mean, that's the thing about it. I think that's what has people more excited than anything for the price point to be able to get into a basically a Mister, because you get a Mister with a lot of with the cores that added, you're talking what, 600-700 bucks or more, depending. I don't know how it is now. But yeah, the misters get expensive, and then the only other alternative was that oh shit, what the hell's that damn system where you can add disc players to and that and plugins for other systems. I can't think what the hell it's called, But that damn guy, that thing's, that's emulation basically. It's not even it's not FPA FP FPAGA FPGA. It's just emulation. And for, I guess if you wanted to play stuff, but to me it's expensive as shit. So I'm not interested in that damn thing whatsoever, because it's like, there's so many ways I could do emulation. Why in the hell would I pay, four, five, six, $700 depending on what the hell you're adding to it? That's just silly. I mean, just to play the original. It's just like this Atari 7800. It was at a reasonable price, so I picked it up to play the original cartridges. But if they would have charged $400, I wouldn't have got the damn thing. I would, because I can emulate it. I'd have got Retron 77 and just done that. Yeah, it's I forget. There's somebody. Is it Bacon Ice Cream has one? I think I like to say it's him that has one that's where I seen it mostly was him messing around with it. But yeah, I don't really see. Uh, I can't remember if MLP did mess around with it, but if he did, I haven't seen much out of him about it, since then. But yeah, but I know Bacon was like a couple times he came out when it would come out with a new add-on. Like I said, the price of it's ridiculous. Now, I gotta wonder too is I think Casey owns one. I think I'm not sure, um, but I could recall him mention it one time. So I'm not sure if he owns one. Well, yeah, that's what it seemed like. Alone was that they were going to do an FPGA, and then they just ended up going with the software emulation. And I don't know, with as much as they charge. I mean, like I said, you can get a Mister, and it costs, when you're getting all them cores is, $600-700 or whatever. So the as expensive as that damn thing is, I don't know why. Yeah, the Polymega. That's it, Jeff. It should be called a Polymega expensive, is what it should be. But like I said, if they would have went FPGA, it probably, to me, it probably been more worth it. But the fact that they went software emulation, it's like, why, why mess around with that? There's so much other ways to play software emulation. It's cheaper. So, um, just so you can play your regular cartridges. Yeah, yeah, I remember that too. Well, because I think it was Bad Little Pixel was talking about at that time when they, he was the same. He thought it was going to be FPGA, and then they came out and said they were software emulation, and he was bitching about it. Because it's like, they implied that that's what they were going to do, and then it ended up being something different. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's a FPGA and it's cheap. You know, so that if they do other stuff, well, look at the analog pocket. I mean, crap, you can add a bunch of cores of that, and and that's just the pocket. At least this super station will be stronger than that to where hopefully it can do get into the systems like N64 and higher, Dreamcast and that. But yeah, I like I just I haven't got into getting one, but yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it because if it ticks the if it tickles my fancy, yeah, the pocket's great. And you get that dock, man, you're just good to go on that damn thing. But yeah, that pocket's and there's a lot of programs you can get out there that'll add all the shit for you. You just hook it in, put it in, and it'll find all the stuff, put it on there. And the screen on it's fantastic. So the only thing is, what I ran into is when I had my stroke. Uh, One of the things that was affected was this eye here, which might look like a right eye to you guys, but it's my left eye. Um, it's I could see, but it's a little hazy. And sometimes it can get, um, and you know, it's, I mean, it's, when I say it's a little hazy, it's really a small haze to it. But sometimes it can be a little worse depending, because what had happened was, and it's actually, this is actually unrelated to the stroke, but it happened, uh, it most likely happened that caused a stroke, but also caused this was, if you have high blood pressure, it can cause a, a thing. I forget what the hell it's called, but it could break a blood vessel in your eyeball inside, and you get blood in there, and it causes like you know, this like little red haze to be there. And I haven't got it taken care of yet, because I think one of the things is a blood, you know, it clots your blood. Well, I can't take that because I had a stroke. So the last thing I want to do is take something that clots blood. So I take blood thinners. So um, and I can still see and everything. So but it makes it harder on when I'm closer to stuff. It makes it a little harder. And for a handheld, it's a pain in the ass. So I don't even mess around with it. It's even like my Switch too. I hardly ever get in handheld mode because of that. It's a little harder for me to do. But for that, this stuff, it's like, I think because my right eye is predominant, it just takes over. So when I'm looking with both eyes, it's fine. Everything comes out clear or what have you. Um, Even though, I mean, I wear glasses, but that's only for I'm nearsighted, so anything far away, I have to have it. But my this is, I don't know if any of you guys know this. I didn't know it until I went to my I got my eye checked. As you get older, your nearsighted actually gets better. I didn't know that. I always thought when you got older, it was harder to see. Well, it is for reading, but yeah, your nearsighted sometimes can get better. And my last eye checkup, my eyes were better than they were the checkup before that. So go figure it. It's like my vision improved. So I don't even have to use my glasses a lot anymore because I can see stuff pretty decently. But before that, it would, was enough where I wore them. So I don't, take it for what you will, because like I said, I never heard of that before. But I guess when we get older, some things improve. Yeah, that's what I thought. It Lone. I like I said, I never heard anything like that. I did know it. Like, it's like hearing. When you're getting older, the most people assume because people get older, they become hard of hearing, but it actually, what the problem becomes is you get super sensitive to hearing, so you're picking up all the background noise and stuff like that. That's what makes it harder for you to hear sometimes. It's not saying that some people hearing doesn't degrade, but a lot of what we think is hearing problems is actually just us becoming more sensitive to hearing, and we're hearing other things, and it distracts us more. So it makes us, we're picking up things that we never realized before. um, so there's something. I did know that part, but the eye thing I had no clue on. I'm just waiting. I got to get my eye exam just come up due. Um, I think it was at the beginning of the year, and so they've been sending me things about coming to get my eyes checked. So we'll see how that goes. But I think too, here sooner or later, I'm gonna go see the surgeon about this eye and see if there's they somebody said there's an alternative to getting the clotting done. So we'll see. Um, your hearing, you've been having a problem with, because that's the thing is some people do their hearing does degrade. Uh, Geez, I hate sneezing. I'm glad you guys didn't hear that, because it sounded kind of like a girly sneeze. So I'm glad I muted the mic, so you guys didn't have to hear that. I don't know if you guys see my shirt. My niece bought me for this for Christmas. Let me get back here a little bit. Oh hell, the camera moved. Oh, this damn camera. It's gonna move the whole time. It's anyways. It says ch 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 meow meow meow. It's a takeoff on Friday the 13th. My niece by me and my niece watch a lot of horror movies. That's our thing. I mean, we that's the thing we share a lot. So yeah, she got me this, and that's why when I took it out of the thing and was looking at it, and I was laughing because I thought it's pretty funny. But she's like if I go see if new horror movies come out, me and her go see them. And like for Christmas, I bought her oh man, just a ton of like the Funko Pops with Ghost faced and Freddy and Jason and all that, and then she got me Captain Spaulding Funko Pop. I got her. Oh, the cool thing I got her was I did the L. Okay, there we go. The cool thing I bought her was a Tim Curry Pennywise that was signed by him. And it's signed by him. I mean, in a sense, they use that silver pen, so he must have done a signature for him, and then they slap it on the boxes or whatever. But yeah, it has a Tim Curry signed Pennywise um, Funko Pop. So I thought that was cool, but I got her that. Yeah, yeah. I don't. It's the only thing that loves my face. Ain't nothing else doing it. But yeah, so I got her a crap. Like I said, I got a crapper load of stuff. Oh, and I got her a Michael Myers. It's from the Halloween house Lego set. So she's got that too. Well, that's why over. How the hell am I gonna get it to go over there? Let's see. Wait a minute. It'll follow me. You can't see it because it's up. Unless I do this. Right there, Pennywise. I got the picture, and then I got Pennywise uh, stuffed clown. That's something she got me. All my other stuff is in the living room. I got the and then I got a couple Pennywise. I got a the one setup I got is it's Pennywise, Freddy, and in the middle is Bob Ross. He's hanging out with them. But that's also I don't know if you guys ever seen them figures made by it's called Made by Robots. I got a is that Michael Myers? Yeah, it's a Michael Myers made by robot. Yeah, they make it out of a funky material. I don't know if it's. I guess it's probably 3D printing or something like that. But I mean, it's a real high quality one. It's not like like somebody did it at their house. But yeah, I have that, and like I said, a couple other stuff in there and that. And I got it's a record with zombies on it, and it's a regular vinyl record that they cut an outline of it, and it has a zombie scene with the word zombie on it or whatever. So that one's kind of cool. But yeah, I got a mess of horror crap. I got mostly a lot of Walking Dead crap, and I got posters of Walking Dead. I just don't have them hang up anywhere. But I said one of these times I'll do something with. Well, I'm actually thinking about the the cat had. It's gonna be sad, but I got my cat has his own room. It's right next to this office. This office is small, and the cat's in a good sized room, and she's got a automatic litter box, automatic feeder. She's got a water fountain. She's got a scratching post and a bed and her toys or whatever. But she's got it in there. But she hardly ever goes in that room. She goes in that room to eat, and she goes into that room to use the bathroom, and then that's it. So I'm thinking about moving her into the office and then moving all my stuff into the other room. And because then that way, I want to get a bigger desk. I forget what size this desk is. I got a gaming desk, but I want a pretty good size one. That way, I have more room and I can have my shit by me, and I could put it where it's not interfering with anything. Now I got to unhook stuff and move it around or whatever. So um, I think the one I found was a 72-inch desk, something like that, 72-inch. It kind of goes out and then the bat wings on the side. No, I don't want. I don't want to steal Pete's thing. That's Coco. That's Coco's thing. That surprises she's not in here. She comes in once in a while and she'll cry because she wants me to lift her up. And but she seems to do that before the stream and then like other times when I'm on the computer. But yeah, she's I don't know where she's at right now. She's how old is she now? I think she's 12 years old, 13 years old. So she sleeps more. She goes and has her places that she sleeps at, because since it's just me and her, she's got the run of the house. She does whatever hell she wants to. And then also I have a basement, and then down there I have a couch and love seat and all that down there, and then she hangs out down there a lot because I have a big Sherpa blanket on the put on the couch for her, so she jumps on there and it's all bundled up so she can get into it and get little hidey holes or whatever. So she'll hang down there, but right now it's so cold she decides not to because I mean there's heat down in the basement, but it's not as warm as being up here because I sent Jeff a thing. We're getting cold here soon. We're going to be down in the minuses for a few nights or whatever. So we got batting on the hatches. Plus, we're supposed to get a snowstorm, but who knows how bad that's going to be. I sent the thing to Jeff. It says in excess of 6 inches. Usually goes, hey, you're going to get 4 to 6 or 5 to 8 or 6 to 12 or whatever. No, this time it just says in excess of 6 inches, and that's because they're planning on lake effect, and that all bets are off. Who knows how much the lake effect's going to be, because we're not. I'm 40 miles from the lake, so we're like on the fringe of lake effect, and it just depends on how it comes. But sometimes we get hit by it, sometimes we don't, so you just never know. Yeah, that's when we got ours, is from Saturday to I think Saturday to Sunday. I forget what they're calling for. Let's see. Oh, well, I take that back. They took the winter storm effect off of us, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, because as you can see, there ain't no little red thing on there. Because if you're having this is what it looks like if you have a storm coming, and they took our winter thing away. So um, and they also took it. Brooklyn is up by Cleveland, and they still have their winter effect, but that's further. That's Brooklyn is probably about almost a 40-minute drive from me, and they have the accumulation excess of 6 inches, so they still have that warning. And but yeah, we don't have a warning on us now. Well, wait a minute, I take that back. No, it's still on us. It was just it didn't update. So yeah, it's still hitting. But yeah, we got the same thing in excess of 6 inches. So who the hell knows what that's going to mean? But yeah, I thought maybe we got lucky. But that's how it is around here. It's like half the time when they think we're going to hit, we really don't get hit. And then there's times when they say, we're not going to get hit, and the next thing you know, we're getting pounded. So I think well, if you go look, I think it's actually all you got to do is Google um, blizzard of '78, and it's Ohio's listed in it's the only state that's talked about the blizzard of '78, but we got pounded all to hell back around here. Especially it went down as far as into Columbus and Cincinnati or whatever, but I can't even tell you how much snow. But what our biggest problem was is we had winds up to 70 miles an hour, and so we had snow drifts freaking everywhere. We're talking 10, 12 feet snow drifts. It was people were stuck in their houses. We went out. Me and my friends would go up to my other buddy's house, and we would walk there, and we would help people get out of the snow. Their cars would get stuck, so we go help them in that. But yeah, it was bad. Um, but as a kid, hell, I loved it. I was probably about, well, see, I was 11, 12. I was 12 at that time, 12 or 13, coming to 13. And but that's the worst I ever seen it in this area was that blizzard. It was, and especially because I was younger, it probably seemed even greater to me because of my size. But yeah, yeah, you guys got to batten down the hatches, Jeff. All righty, everybody. Well, you got to go out. I'll let you on a secret. Jeff knows. I don't shovel my snow. I have a service come out. The guy that I have just under an acre, so there's a guy that comes out and does my yard, and the same guy that does that does my snow service. So he comes out and he plows my driveway and shovels off my walkway and then salts it and everything. So um, and the condition I'm in now, I'd never be able to do it. But I just never liked doing it anyways. I have a snow shovel, but I hardly ever used it, because I just had him do the service, and because we only required here and there. I think this year so far, I think I've used them 3 times. You know, yeah, I hate shoveling. Oh God, yeah. That's when I lived with my mom and dad, I used to have to shovel there. And yeah, I didn't like it. So, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it needs to be done. Um, luckily too, like if I didn't have this service, uh, there's a woman that lives up probably about 4 houses from where we're at. She has, God, I think she has 4 or 5 kids, and her boys go around and shovel a lot. And um, so if I ever had had a pinch, I could get them guys to do it. She's told me before um, that if I ever needed anything, well, especially after she found out I had a stroke, she told my sister and that hey, if he needs anything, just get a hold of me because I've got strapping boys that they can do it, and they'll come and help or whatever, and they're good kids and that, and they because they play football in my backyard because we got a couple connecting yards, and so their yard has trees and shit like that. It makes it hard to do anything in there, but my yard's opened up. And so is the one to the left of me and the left one to the right. So they would come over and play football until one of my neighbors started poop on it, wouldn't let them do it on her property anymore. So it never bothered me. I was like, they weren't like tearing anything up; they were just having fun. So I used to play schoolyard football all the time. So alrighty, everybody, it's enough John. Sure, you guys got stuff to do, but I appreciate everybody stopping in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Like I said, I mean, I think I did pretty decently on Tiger Heli. But like I said, next, so well, sometime during the next few days, we'll be playing some more Dreamcast. Um, I'm still working on getting Shenmue working. That's the one I want to start doing a playthrough on, and so hopefully we'll get that going. And yeah, but yeah, there's many other ones we'll play here and there. Oh, you're welcome, Jeff. Oh, thanks, Lone. You're welcome. I appreciate you guys stopping here. I appreciate Casey stopping by, PJ stopping by, Guitar Hero stopping by, Junebug stopping by, saying something, and everybody out there that's just lurking and watching. I appreciate you as well. I hope everybody has a good evening. And like I said, I'll see you Uh, well, I'll be doing something tomorrow. What is it, Jeff? Are you still planning on doing, thanks, June Bug. I appreciate it. I always appreciate you stopping by. Um, Jeff, are you doing, you said, Mario Kart, knockout tomorrow? You still planning that? That's what I'll probably be doing tomorrow. And if that's what's going on, that'll be over in Go Game Go channel. And but he was talking about maybe doing the knockout tour. So if you want to stop by and uh, watch it, participate, whatever, we'll be there. So and then so probably I'll be doing. Yeah, he's planning on knockout tour tomorrow night. So yeah, if anybody's out there wants to join in, he'll give you the code and you can come race with us. Uh, but I think we're doing teams, so uh, we're worried about tomorrow and said, you know, yeah, like he said, he's got to check and see how the teams work. But yeah, you can still stop in and watch the stream. It's just yeah, just if you want, just at least watch it, and if you can join in, you can join in. We'll let you know. Anyways, so yeah, I'll probably stream on Saturday then because of that, because I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Um, yeah, Lone, you can make it. Well, I'm gonna be on Lone's team. Lone's been doing good, so I'll hang out on Lone's team. You could be on Sunky's team. Sunky's a guy that's really good when he plays with us. Mostly, he wins pretty much every race when he's on it. So, anyways, I appreciate everybody. Have a good evening, and everybody that stopped by, I appreciate you as well. And I will see you guys all probably on Saturday. And like I said, if you want, come by Go Game Go's channel tomorrow and play some Mario Kart World with us. We'd appreciate it. Anyways, everybody have a good evening, and I will talk to you all later.